Why? Why?
You know, I'm starting to think there's a section of Japanese creators that are just flat out masochists, finding pleasure in the pain of seeing what they curated be massacred in real time, enjoy watching the parasitic, opportunistic leeches treating their creative pieces of work as a host to attach to, utilizing its popularity just to suck it dry to further the life of their own streaming platforms, then leave it as a dried up corpse hopping on to the next popular brand. Why these creators haven't learned to just license their content rather than give up creative control, leaving it in the hands of people who only see it as a tool and not to be cherished, I don't know why. Now, before I address the Akira live action being put back into play by a director who's totally unfit, I'll first speak on this abomination of what's to be of the Kakegurui live action that seems to even exceed Netflix's standard of garbage adaptations. And to no surprise, they make no attempt to be accurate, with the typical race swaps of some very notable characters. The gender swap, which is very surprising here, going from woman to man, but still wouldn't be surprised if he identified as a political identity such as non-binary. The obsessive eye patch girl who always looks like she needs a hit, being replaced by someone who looks like she needs to be trying out for shot put instead.
She makes absolutely no attempt to be feminine.
The girl in the cool looking mysterious mask replaced with a character who still thinks we're in the pandemic. And the leader of the student council, where it seems they completely just said,
Oh, fuck it.
As I said on my last live stream, I'm still not convinced this isn't even a dude, but whatever.
Well, whatever.
All the more reason to prove why Netflix is where Japanese properties go to die if given any creative control. Another thing I saw in the trailer that was changed is that the main character, Yumiko, of course has to have a sympathetic reasoning for gambling, and for the live action is to avenge her parents. Why the writers of today can't have characters just do shit for the sake of is very telling and lacks true insight on human nature as a whole. If it was up to these types, they would have stripped away the famous line from The Dark Knight where Alfred tells Bruce, sometimes people just want to see the world burn.
So why steal?
Well, because he thought it was good sport, because some men aren't looking for anything logical. Some men just want to watch the world burn.
And would have had Joker's motivation somehow relate to our modern day politics in the most on the nose cringiest way ever. Part of the joy in watching this anime is to witness how exhilarating these characters find it to win a gamble.
Well, it's fucking exhilarating.
It's like a boost of adrenaline or a dose of the most euphoric drug ever, capturing the orgasmic expressions that only animation can, and sexual fan service humor that only true fans love, and activists screech at running away at the first sight of it. There's truly no incentive to watch this, and adds on to my reasoning why I don't watch westernized live adaptations. Now, some other disturbing news is that the Akira live action is now back in talks. I remember this has been a thing since I was a kid, back when Leonardo DiCaprio was on board to produce and star in it, which back then I would have been all for it, because back then there was at least good faith attempts and not to use these properties as vehicles to push agendas and fulfill politically correct quotas. And DiCaprio would have made a good Kaneda in my opinion, already playing that rebellious delinquent character in many movies such as Basketball Diaries. But when I heard who they had in mind to direct this masterpiece of an anime and story, I thought, these people just don't care.
You fucking people.
Because who they have in mind is the director of Thor: Love and Thunder.
What? You're fucking high! Are you out of your mind?
In what line of thinking did they tie this together? The director of one of the most complained about Marvel movies, completely destroying a character filled with that tired, goofy, formulaic Marvel humor that was probably good for one movie but spread like a disease that completely corrupted the franchise. You would have expected someone like maybe Scorsese or Quentin Tarantino, who actually has a love for Japanese film and anime.
Duh.
And this quote from this article just displays how out of touch these people are. His commitment to staying true to the source material while infusing it with his own creative sensibilities makes him a great choice to helm the project.
Really?
That statement is so absurd that sometimes I think these people are trolling me, and I'm so glad that there are other sane people who feel the same. Curses, I was hoping it was dead in the water or they were searching for a new director. Waititi feels like a terrible choice to helm this. Damn, my disappointment of Waititi because of Thor Love and Thunder is not gone yet, and he already proceeded to direct another film. Wow, that feels like a terrible match. I really like some of his movie, but the tones don't match at all.
Thank you!
Side note, I thought this was pretty funny. The Beatles coming soon to Netflix. I mean, this just sums up the current day activist mentality when it comes to all of this. And if it's one thing that I'm banking on, is the independent market flourishing within the next few years or even sooner, full of creators who are learning from the mistakes being made by so many in current day, that creative control isn't optional but mandatory. But that's all I have for this video. Tell me what you think in the comment section below. Are you looking forward to this abomination, or are you like me who sees it for what it is? And if you haven't already, check out my music on Spotify, links in the description. If you love those Samurai Champloo lo-fi mellow boom bap vibes, then my music is definitely for you. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Free think, peace.